Hundreds of VIP patients live here, walls covered in high-voltage mats, with the only entrance guarded by iron gates to shield victims from external shocks. The unyielding warden sought to confiscate their weapons. Teddy insisted every federal agent carry a gun on duty. The warden shot back, firmly asserting that this is a prison where he is the boss, and no one should dare to challenge his authority. Reluctantly, Teddy and Chuck handed over their guns, looking like they were giving up their favorite toys. After all, they had come to the hospital for some important police work, not for a party. The warden insisted on freely accessing only the male ward in Area Right and female in Area B left. As for Zone C right behind them, it was like a luxury prison housing the most dangerous patients. To investigate, they needed to be escorted by the warden and get the doctor's Juliet's signature. However, on their way to see Dr. Colley, Teddy noticed that all the patients were glaring at him like he was the main event of a show. Some were smiling like they were up to no good, while others dodged his gaze in sheer terror. And there was one lady making a shushing gesture, as if warning him, amidst the tense atmosphere, of a beast about to appear. Teddy was nearly thrown off by the warm welcome, but Dr. Colley seemed unfazed, saying that the current treatment mainly relied on medication and a little mental massage. Teddy was deeply skeptical because this institution had a strong horror movie vibe, especially the mysteriously vanished patient, Rachel, whose window was sealed with iron bars, and the only exit was being patrolled by nurses. I mean, she wasn't even wearing shoes. Saying she escaped was like telling a joke. Walking around here felt like strolling in a luxury hotel. All evidence suggested that Rachel did not escape, yet Dr. Colley stubbornly refused to admit it. Teddy was gearing up to quiz other staff, but they seemed to move as slowly as sea turtles. This wasn't a request for a doctor. It was an urgent crisis management meeting. This is a federal enterprise. Teddy exclaimed, a dangerous patient has escaped, and you're in big trouble. Though Dr. Colley tried to dodge responsibility, he eventually agreed to hold a staff meeting under Teddy's pressure. But before that, Teddy and the warden headed to the island's only hiding spot, the rocky area. This mission felt like a game of Where's Waldo, with few substitutes available. They commenced the search in the rocky area, but strangely, the local guards were just lounging about on the beach. At that moment, the warden gave a not-so-reliable analysis. If you really want to escape, you need to swim 17,000 meters. Not to mention that the water is ice-cold this season. The waves truly are the real diving champions. Teddy conceded that, but what if the female patient was hiding in a cave behind the rocks? He raised that point, but the warden swiftly shot it down. She's already gone. There's no escape. These shores are heavily guarded, like a secure facility. She doesn't even have shoes. Based on all conditions combined, she couldn't have escaped. However, Teddy noticed something odd. There were armed guards patrolling the lighthouse. The warden claimed it was all abandoned and magically transformed into a sewage treatment facility that no one had cared about for ages. The very presence of that lighthouse was deeply etched in Teddy's mind. What was even worse, after everyone had finished their dinner, he and his partner Chuck started grilling everyone, and there was a young night shift worker who looked particularly shifty. That was an interrogation opportunity. He seized the chance and demanded, "Tell me the truth. I might need to hit the restroom." "What? Are you trying to escape?" During an interrogation, a minute is all it takes for someone to vanish. Teddy chased leads about the female patient's strange activities before disappearing. When a beautiful nurse mentioned that the patient's doctor, Dr. Sean, was holding a planned discussion session, but when Teddy inquired about Dr. Sean's whereabouts, she claimed he was on vacation. "We absolutely need to see Dr. Sean," Teddy exclaimed anxiously, "and is he seriously on vacation?" "He's already had this vacation all planned out, and you're telling me it's inconvenient at this moment." To make matters worse, the phone lines were down due to the storm. No signals whatsoever. Teddy had no choice but to drop the lead on Dr. Sean temporarily. However, Rachel's disappearance was clearly linked. After leaving the room, Dr. Colley surprisingly exhibited an unusual level of enthusiasm by inviting them to his home for a drink. Thinking it would relax their nerves, he actually turned them into guinea pigs for a mental experiment. Teddy was completely oblivious to this and found himself in an opulently decorated room, which starkly contrasted with the gloomy atmosphere of the asylum. The classical music played that dredged up pleasant memories of the World War II era. Against the musical backdrop, another key player, German psychiatrist Dr. Narn, made his entrance, who happened to be another head doctor like Dr. Colley. However, Dr. Narn emphasized using medication and scientific methods. "Oh, this is a fascinating combo, a perfect blend of ice cream and pizza. If you appreciate the truths we uncover, please don't forget to like and subscribe."